one of these this year because, of course, as you know, I have twin grandsons who are nearly 3.
Oh, exciting.
And I thought, oh, the gingerbread house would be a great addition to my collection and to use it to display. So you think that'll work?
Well, I think it will, and I think you ought to try to make a gingerbread house with them. Well, just for fun.
I have my buyers just in case. Because I have to tell you, I don't think that's going to work out really well. My grandson Zach, in particular, when he sees something, his concept is to knock it down. So I might keep this high on the shelf. So what about the members of the gingerbread family?
Well, of course, we have the father, the mother, the boy, the girl, and Santa.
Santa. So you always have a Santa that goes along with a particular theme, right?
We usually do, because so many people just collect Santas.
You see the detail, folks, that's in this Buyer's Choice collection. This is actually a gingerbread house in Santa's basket, and Mom has one here as well. So every little detail is taken care of by Buyer's Choice. We have lots to share with you, and I want to make sure that we get to all of them because I could talk about them for the entire hour, but I know we're on a time schedule. Really, really like this Santa this year. Tell me about him.
Well, this year we are experimenting with something kind of new. Parents will be able to have their children write a letter to Santa, send it to us, we'll shrink it down to our size, put it in his hand, and send it back. So it makes a wonderful keepsake.
So when you actually get this Santa, if you'll see right here, this is where the letter to Santa is. It can be reproduced from your child's original letter. I think I might have to do this for when my grandsons are old enough to write. Right now, they're just crayons, but that's a great idea. How did you come up with that?
We did it many years ago, and actually the one that's in Santa's hand here is one that one of our grandchildren made.
Oh, wow.
And it's been several years, but it still means a lot to us.
It certainly does. Now, this is a chocolate family. Right? Boy, could you combine all of the wonderful things we love, chocolate and the holiday season, and Buyer's Choice.
Oh. And again, we have the father, the mother, the boy and the girl, and Chocolate Santa.
A lot of people don't realize that each face on a Buyer's Choice is unique. How are you able to do that?
It's our artists. Each face is hand molded in the United States, speaking of local businesses, and each artist puts her own personality into the face when she pulls it out of the mold.
How do you determine who can become an artisan for your company?
A lot of people apply, but of course it takes a certain type of person, and not everyone makes it.
I would bet, because you know you have 30 years of a business on the line here, and yet to be able to create this, I think would be a feather in any artisan's cap.
They love it. They usually really enjoy it.
We talk about the businesses and how yours was born from a hobby and a passion. We've been talking this entire show about the recession and how people are impacted by it and how they can make buying decisions this year given the tough economic times. What kind of suggestions would you have for individuals how they could incorporate your collection into those tough decisions?
Well, most of our collection is sold at independent gift stores throughout the country. And of course, these are all, or most of them are mom and pop sort of operations. And to shop there, you'll find very unusual things. And I think that doing more of that, it keeps the money in the community and really helps us all grow together.
Yeah, that was one thing I really wanted to promote during this show, is to kind of help the local businesses when you're making those tough buying decisions. And in a collection like this, would you suggest it as a possible family gift, or if someone already has a collection, to add to it?
Many people, when they start buying the figures, buy the members of their own family. And they love this big selection of all kinds of different faces, hair color, eye color, and they look for people who remind them of those people that they spend their holidays with.
It's funny because I hadn't thought of that until I bought the collection for LBI, because I have a summer home there, and I saw the collection, and it had, you know, my husband, myself, the boat, the grandsons, and all wearing the LBI sweatshirts, and I thought, oh, I'm such a sucker for this, but I'm going, and I absolutely love it, and I decorate the beach house at Christmas as well, so it was absolutely perfect.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, you've brought a lot of smiles to me. And of course, this one that Santa, that's a wine taster or winemaker, I think is going to bring a lot of smile as well.
Well, so many people love wine now, and it makes a great gift.
that's an idea for someone who is a wine collector or perhaps has an interest in wine making. That might be a suggestion. Now, we don't have it here, but the one that is always associated with Buyer's Choice is the Salvation Army. And I wanted to mention it because at this time of the year, obviously, the Salvation Army is out on the corners with its red kettles. And as we mentioned earlier in the show, a lot of times the charities are suffering during a tough economic time like this. So how is the Salvation Army group working in with Buyer's Choice this year?
Well, this year we have a woman with a soup pot because, of course, they feed a lot of people who wouldn't eat otherwise. And they have a very interesting program in Philadelphia, making soup and sharing it with the community.
And you've been able to share that vision of the Salvation Army with the Buyer's Choice collection of the same name. Well, thank you so much. I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season, and you've certainly given us a lot to think about and some ideas for people who are looking for those once-in-a-lifetime kind of gifts. I hope we'll see you again next year.
I hope so, and thank you so much for sharing your holiday with me.
Sure thing. We do want to thank all of our guests who gave us such great ideas for making the season a happy one during these tough economic times. I hope you'll all find it helpful. From all of us here at It's Your Call to all of you at home, we wish you the happiest of holidays and a very Merry Christmas.